Kenya, tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Yesterday, I did receive quite a lot of requests from some of you, my fans in this YouTube channel, to do a video about Kiambaa parliamentary by-election results that were released yesterday. I didn't want to do the video because we had done a similar video in our previous videos. But nonetheless, in this video, I want to do an analysis about Kiambaa parliamentary by-election results that were announced yesterday. What does the results of Kiambaa parliamentary by-election show about the handshake team or even William Ruto team? What does it show? That's the question. Number one, Kiambaa by-election demystifies the notion that UDA is the dominant party on the mountain. Because from the by-election results, in Kiambaa alone, the win was too narrow. It was so close to call. It could have just slipped, or rather flipped, with any side. It was too close to call. And then you find that UDA is winning Kiambaa with a very little margin, and then Jubilee is winning Muguga with also a very little margin. It just shows that it's a 50-50 thing. Jubilee has about 50% of the votes. UDA has about 50% of the votes. That's contrary to what most people expected. Because before these by-election results were announced, or even before the election itself, majority of Kenyans felt and even imagined, thought that UDA party was easily going to win the two by-elections with a lot of ease. But it seems to happen that's not what has happened. And I know from where UDA think tanks are, or even UDA political strategists are, this is not the kind of the results they were expecting. And if they are to be honest with us, they'll just say the truth. This is not what the kind of results UDA was expecting in the two by-election. It was too close to call. They are losing in Muguga, and then they are winning in Kiambaa with a very, very small margin. These by-election results just demystifies the notion that UDA is the dominant party on the mountain. In fact, this by-election results is a very good boost to Jubilee party. It gives Jubilee party some lifeline, that maybe they have a fighting chance on the mountain. It's a 50-50 thing. That's number one. Secondly, both UDA and Jubilee must each work very hard to claim the mountain. You know, if you look at UDA's graph on the mountain, its graph has been this way. Its graph has been this way. But now with these results, you'll find there is a flat. It's now flattening. But for Jubilee, their graph has been this way. But with these by-election results, you might find it now, the graph is now rising. So Jubilee and UDA, they must all work hard now. And if you look at what has been happening on the mountain, UDA has been seriously campaigning on the mountain. There is nothing they have not told the people. They have told the people everything. But Jubilee party has not gone to the people to counter what UDA has been saying. So with these by-election results, Jubilee party should now take that opportunity, or rather that goodwill from the results, to launch their campaign. Because should they launch their campaign today, right now, then people are still a little bit charged. Let them use that opportunity to make sure they launch their campaign to counter what UDA has been telling the people. They should not relax, because if they relax, then UDA comes out to be very, very smart in terms of creating a perception. Whether imagined, real, or whichever, UDA is very good in that. So Jubilee party should not relax, but they should go ahead and capitalize on the outcome of this by-election results to launch their campaign on the mountain. Number three, Jubilee party should use more politicians in their political engagement as opposed to using the technocrats or the diplomatic wing of the deep state. In Georgia and even in Bonchari by-election, it was widely believed that it was the technocrats, the Karanjakibichos and the Matiangis, who messed up the president in those by-elections. They used unnecessary force on the electorates. Sometimes the technocrats, they do not know the language on how to talk to the people. They don't have the language of how they can talk to the people or on how to persuade the people. But the politicians, that's their job. They are always with these people on a daily basis. And they know the right language that they can use to make sure they convince the people. And this one, we have seen it in the just concluded Kiambaa parliamentary by-election and also in Muguga. In Muguga, Jubilee Party won. And then in Kiambaa, Jubilee Party lost, but with a very narrow margin. And if you compare that to what happened in Georgia, it was a landslide win for Moses Kuria's party. But now you find that when now politicians get involved, then the win becomes narrow. In fact, Jubilee goes ahead to win one seat. So in going to the future, Jubilee Party must now engage more politicians in their rank to do their political bargains or undertakings. Because we have seen that politicians, when they are engaged, when they are brought into political engagements, then they know the right language to tell to the people. And in this case, let's congratulate Nyeri Town Member of Parliament, Gujiru Wambugu, who was in charge of Kiambaa parliamentary by-election. He has done a wonderful job there. And then also let's congratulate Sabina Chege, who was also in charge of Muguga ward by-election. She has also done a wonderful job there. And they have just gave Jubilee some kind of a lifeline on the mountain. Let's congratulate those two politicians, for they have really done a good job on the Jubilee side. And then, fourthly, this by-election results brings to the fore the presence of a silent majority. The presence of a silent majority. This by-election results has shown that there is always a silent majority who always do not speak in public forums, but they only speak through the ballot. Before the by-election, everybody who stood to speak on public forums was trying to talk of how UDA was very, very popular on the mountain. In fact, they were assuming that Jubilee had no support on the mountain. But now with the results now out, we can now see that Jubilee Party also almost have about half of the mountain. That's the truth from the by-election results. I'm not trying to take sides here. The by-election results has shown pretty well that UDA has about half of the mountain, Jubilee has about half of the mountain. Before the by-election results, it was widely believed and assumed that UDA has about 90% of the vote from the mountain. So this one also just brings to fore the presence of a silent majority who always speaks only but through the ballot. That has come out very clearly from these results. And then finally, this by-election results is a very good showing for the Jubilee Party. In fact, it gives Jubilee Party a lifeline. In fact, from where other political strategists are today, I know they are not very, very happy with these results. This is not the kind of results they expected from the by-elections. They were expecting a very easy win in all the two by-elections, in Muguga and also in Kiambaa constituency. But losing in Muguga ward, and then also have to fight almost neck to neck with Jubilee in Kiambaa constituency, that's what not they never expected that. So I know from where other political strategists are today, they are back to the drawing board. They are trying to find where they got it wrong. They are trying to find where they got it wrong. And this also reminds me of a video I've done in this YouTube channel some times back, where I did analyze that what was the impact of a William Ruto, Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka combination against Uhuru Raila combination. And basing my analysis on 2017 election, I did analyze that if you add what Kalonzo Mudavadi and William Ruto, what William Ruto gave to Uhuru and what Kalonzo Musyoka and Musalia Mudavadi gave to Raila, if you add all those votes, they come to about 3 million votes. So a combination of Kalonzo, William Ruto, and Musalia Mudavadi, they have about 3 million votes if we remove Mount Kenya. And then Raila alone has about 3.6 million votes. That's an analysis we did into details. So if you bring the mountain now, and from this by-election results, it seems it's a 50-50. If you give Raila 50 of the mountain, and then this wing of William Ruto, you give them 50, then you find that Raila is going to beat this combination with 600,000 votes. Right? If you give Raila half of the mountain, and William Ruto, you give him half of the mountain, plus Kalonzo plus Mudavadi, a combination of Ruto, Mudavadi, and Kalonzo, plus 50% of the mountain, and you only have Raila and Uhuru, and then you give Raila half of the mountain. Raila is going to beat that combination with 600,000 votes. Those are facts, statistics that we did analyze properly in this YouTube channel. So from this by-election results, ladies and gentlemen, it also comes out very, very clearly, and this is something I've been making very clear in this YouTube channel, that a combination of Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta, that's not a combination you can beat easily. That's a very, very lethal combination. That's what most Kenyans maybe might not be seeing. But in this YouTube channel, I've always maintained that a combination of Raila and Uhuru, my friend, that's a combination that is not easy to beat. Otherwise, God bless you. God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana.